Huh? Golly. My vise is all out of whack. It's been so long since I've tied. I need to set. I don't know. I gotta set my camera up higher. Sorry. Nobody watching anyway. Jeez, I can't get situated. Yeah, I haven't been talking much. I'm still trying to adjust my camera. I haven't tied flies in so long. Now we can hear you, but the screen went black. That's weird. The screen shouldn't have went black. Y'all, I haven't tied flies in so long. I'm all kinds of messed up. But I thought I would tie the fly that I was catching them on yesterday. So good. I gotta trying to get a bunch stocked up because I got a lot of trips booked in the fall and winter time. That's hilarious. Somebody says now speaking Spanish. What would that be? That would be mi hable poquito español, but not enough to live stream doing it. So I doubt I'm speaking Spanish. All right. So I'm gonna take deer hair, olive colored. I'm just gonna take a chunk of deer hair right here, olive colored deer hair. It's right here. I haven't tied in a long time, y'all, so if it ain't perfect, I apologize. Yeah, I haven't tied in a while, I can tell. Alright. Yeah, I have not tied in a long time. But I got a ton of trips booked in the fall and winter time right now. So I got to get back to tying, man. Which I've got a ton of flies, but you know how it is. I could always use some more. All right, I'm just gonna grab. I just grabbed some blue eyes, throw them here, y'all. I got a ton of different colors, but I don't think the eye color really matters. So golly, I haven't tied in so long. My vise is all out of whack. So we just took those easy eyes or whatever they're called and kind of split the hook with them and put them on there like that. I'm just taking some glue, hopefully, if it's not dried up. I haven't used it in so long. No, that's good. Put some over that and hit it with ultraviolet light. I know when I was tying flies like every day or every other day or something, the YouTube algorithm loved me, man. I was getting a ton of views, but I haven't tied in a long time. All right, now let's make some legs. Make some crab legs. So I got some medium tan chenille right here. Just gonna cut a piece off. I'll show y'all what I'm doing. We're gonna make crab legs out of this. So just gonna double it over like that and tie a knot in it. Like that. So we tied a knot in the chenille just like that, just overhand knot. And we're gonna turn this into crab legs. So what I'm gonna do, if you notice on crab claws, a lot of times one's longer than the other. So I'm gonna cut one kind of long and one a little shorter, like that. Now, right here where you doubled it over, I'm just gonna cut off one of those to where it looks like that. That's the start of our crab leg. Now what we're gonna do is take a lighter. You know how crab claws have points on them? You're gonna take a lighter and hit these 2 points right here, just real quick and easy, and it's gonna put points on those. I don't know if y'all can see that. It basically put points on there like that. Now I'm gonna color the crab claws real quick. If I can find a scrap piece of paper. Hold on a second, y'all. Sorry, I had to grab a piece of paper. So that way, what I'm gonna do, and I'll show y'all when I get done. Got 2 Sharpies right here. Just gonna paint the crab claws real quick. I was using this fly yesterday I went by myself, just solo scouting. I've got fly charters at the end of the week, and so I went yesterday by myself. I saw a ton of fish. I caught 7, but I saw a lot of fish. Going scouting again tomorrow. A whole complete different area that I normally even fish. So just colored the crab claw up like that. Made his little paw blue, his claws red. Does it really matter? Probably not, but it looks cool. And it's called the long arm of the craw, so I got to put crawfish legs on it. All right, now we're gonna make another crab claw. Another piece of medium chenille, tan chenille. The same thing, just tie an overhand knot. If I can. Sometimes I cut it too short and it's a pain in the booty to tie. And y'all, if y'all want to come down here and do a fly fishing charter with me, I've got I've still got about half of September open, but most of October and most of October, most of November, and probably about half of December are booked so far. But December always fills up. I cut that chenille too short, y'all. I can't even get it tied. Hold on. But December always fills up pretty much all the way also. But if you go to my website, gripandletsfishing.com, you can see my calendar on there. I try to keep it updated, and then you can book a trip. The big bull reds are about to start spawning. Most of the fish I caught yesterday were like the average size male redfish. Like 20 inches to mid 20 something inch range. Just average size males. All right, y'all. We tied an overhand knot in our chenille like this right here. We're going to cut our claws. Like I said, you want to leave one claw longer than the other. Y'all, I've got to get some new scissors. You know how it is, time flies. So that's the start of our claws. I cut all kinds of stuff with them. Most people have one sharp pair and one dull pair, but I kind of use both mine for everything. So there's the start of our claw right there. Now we're going to put our points on it. So we're going to grab your lighter, just hit it real quick. Just like that. Now our claws have little points on them. Now we're going to color the claw part red, and the hand or whatever, the palm part of it is going to be blue. On a real blue, because we have blue crab down here, Louisiana, and their claws are actually kind of blue and orange looking, but I just do red and blue, and the fish eat it up. Yesterday I would drop this fly, the fly we're making here. I would drop it in front of redfish, and they would smoke it. So, all right, y'all. And now, just to be funny, what I do is we're gonna tie these crab legs onto our fly right here, and I always leave one longer than the other. That's why I call it the long arm of the craw. So we're about to tie these on. So just put them on there like that. And wrap them up. I haven't tied flies in, golly, a long time, y'all. But I've got a ton of trips coming up. All right, now we're going to cut these little spare pieces off real quick. Like that. Actually, I don't normally do that, but I'm going to throw a little bit of glue on there. Over that thread. Hit it with the ultraviolet light. Oh, hey, Mr. David. If you're still wanting to come down here and fish, September is about half full. October, I've only got about maybe 5 or 6 days open in October. I'm not sure. November, I think I only got 3 days and I'm not booked in November. So November is almost completely full. All right. I got some of my regular clients coming down this weekend. They're going to fish with me Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. All right, y'all. Now we're going to take, this is a minnow head brush. It's 1.5 inch. The color on it is called Backcountry. It's just the EPS minnow head brush. We're going to add some body right here and a little bit of green. It's kind of like a OD green. You know, it has some blue and other colors in it. Just going to cut off a couple inches of it. Yeah, so yeah, we're fly fishing. Somebody said with flies, or W flies, I'm guessing it's with fly. Yeah, so we're gonna fly fish a couple of days this weekend with my clients, and I think we're gonna probably go red snapper fishing one of those days. So red snapper season's in. And here in Louisiana, man, I need to change that light around, don't I? For y'all. I don't know where to put it. Here in Louisiana, the limit on red snapper is 4 per person, and we have limited every red snapper trip I've done so far this season. We've caught our limit every time, y'all. We've been doing good on the red snapper. Let's see if y'all can see that better. I don't know. I don't know if y'all can better see that better. Maybe so. But yeah, so the other day we went on a snapper trip. We had 4 people, so of course we had our limit of 16 snapper, and we had some really big. We had some average size, and we had some really big, like 20-pound snapper too. Some really big ones. All right, y'all. Now we're just gonna take this EP minnow head brush. Now I'm tying this fly because the other day, this is the fly that I was using yesterday, and was doing really well on this fly. I think I caught all of my fish except for one on this fly yesterday. I think the first fish I caught yesterday was on a white fly that I tie. I don't even remember the name of it. I'd have to look up what I named it actually, but y'all, it has been so long since I tied flies. I almost forgot to put my lead eyes on here. Jeez. It's been way too long, man. Is that the medium? That is the medium. I'm gonna go with a medium orange eye on this one. Brandy pack of them right here. So if you're just joining, I call this fly the long arm of the crawl. This it works really well. Yesterday I smoked them on it. Well, I mean, I say I smoked. I caught 7 on it yesterday. So it was a decent day. But I was just scouting yesterday. I've got charters coming up this weekend. So I tie this fly to look like a blue crab. Here in Louisiana, we have blue crab. Oh, that's pretty good. Put some glue on there real quick. If you're just joining, thank y'all for watching. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. I'm sure y'all hear that every YouTube channel you ever go to. So I'm just taking some glue right here and putting it over the thread where we just tied those eyes on there. And then we're going to hit it with ultraviolet light. That's I know you can't tell on camera, but it shoots an ultraviolet light. It just dries that glue really fast. And honestly, as that fly sits with just those couple of ingredients or whatever you want to call it, it would catch a fish. But we're going to throw some blue on it. Like I said, man, I came up with this fly a few months ago or whatever, and it works great. So we're going to take some blue right here. I don't know if y'all can even tell the colors with the light. I don't know if it's focused. I think it's focused, trying to focus in on me instead of the fly, but we're taking, let's see if I can back it up. I'm sitting at my computer desk right here. Normally when I'm tying, I'm sitting at another desk, but all right, y'all, we're gonna take some blue. Go ahead and wrap that right there to get it started. We're gonna wrap the blue around here. Like that. I'm gonna grab my clippers, clip onto the blue. And then just wrap this blue around the fly. Just a couple of wraps to get some color right there. That'll be plenty actually. Basically almost it. Had to find my tire offer tool. Been so long since I tie flies, man. Alright, just gonna take this, put that little hook over your thread like that. Take the other piece of thread, put it around there. I know it's probably hard for y'all to see. And I just hold it up in there like that and wrap it up. And I usually do mine a few times. Like I tell everybody, we catch a lot of really big redfish down here. A lot of 20+ pounders, so I'm just OCD about trying to make my flies kind of strong. In fact, yesterday I didn't catch a 20-pounder, and I was like, it was really weird for me to not catch a giant one. You know, normally whenever I go, I at least catch at least one giant one. Most times more than one. But to go fly fishing and not catch one over 20 pounds was just weird. I saw 3 bulls yesterday. I only saw one that was over 20 pounds, and I was fishing along the beach, along the Gulf, literally on the island on the Gulf out there. And I was on the beach side of the island because it was really calm. And I was easing down through there, and I saw this big bull, you know, cruising the beach, and I got one cast on him, and then he turned and came straight towards the boat. He literally swam under the boat. So I had one shot at him. I didn't get it, so that was it. All right, y'all. That's my long arm of the craw. See how one arm is longer than the other? It's got a little OD green deer tail right here. I throw eyes on there, you know, the little shrimp eyes, but as you know, they really don't matter too much on those. That's more for, you know, for looks, I guess. And then we got the 1.5 inch, whatever that color's called, the backcountry minnow head brush right here. It's kind of like a greenish color. And then I throw some blue around right here, some blue flash, just because, you know, we got blue crabs here in Louisiana. So this thing catches fish. This is why I caught 6 out of the 7 fish I caught yesterday was on that fly. All right, let's tie another one, y'all. UV resin, that is it. That's what I use. Bunch of UV resin. I'm gonna tie another one of those, y'all. I might even tie a couple more because I don't know if y'all know, but so I've got 3 of these boxes like this. 2 of them are completely full on both sides, and I'm starting to fill this one up for the upcoming season. But here's some flies I've tied so far, but I'm starting to fill this box up. The other 2 boxes are in my, they're in the boat. They're in my fly fishing skiff right now. So, hold on, y'all. I got a cat knocking at my door. What's up, Annie? Going out, baby kitty? All right. Sorry, y'all. Had a cat knocking at the door. All right. The hooks I've used, I haven't even used fish or tied in so long, but they're the I think they're the Arex, right? I'm sorry, Umpqua. These are the Umpqua. They're 3/0, the saltwater hooks. That's what I use. This is what they look like. They just have a good bend in them. I like them for these big bull reds and stuff. Catch out here. All right, let's see if we can tie this fly the correct way this time. I mean, that one came out fine, but I kind of went a little backwards on part of it because I haven't tied in so long. All right, so we're gonna start off. You put a little, get you a thread base going up here around where the eyes of the, where you're gonna put your little lead eyes at. Just get you a little thread base going. And then go ahead and run that down a little ways. All right, we're gonna grab a medium orange eye. It don't really matter what color. Sometimes I like using brighter colors like that just to stand out. But blue crab, although they're called blue crab, they're kind of blue, orange, and brown. You know, they got blue, orange, brown, green. Basically, they have all the colors. Hey, Annie. Hey, baby. Cat's over here pawing up at me. Wants me. What you doing? Oh. It's Annie Mae. All right, we'll go ahead. I gotta tighten that a little bit. Go ahead and get this started. Yep. Annie Mae is famous now. Not really. If I was famous, y'all, I wouldn't you know, wouldn't be trying to make money so much all the time. All right, I have done 2 TV shows though. Y'all can look those up. I'm sure look them up online and find those if y'all want to see some fishing shows I've done. But I'm not famous. I just happen to be on 2 fishing shows. All right, y'all. Now that we kind of got that eye started, we're gonna go ahead and do our little X wraps, cross wraps, X-Man wraps, whatever you want to call them. Get that going. Once you get several wraps on that, now I'm gonna do like these little helicopter wraps or whatever, side to side. So I'm going over the hook under the eye, and that's just gonna pull those threads tight, those wraps tight. Kind of holds on there good. All right, now let's go ahead and hit that with the UV glue. And hit it with the ultraviolet light. If y'all have a smart TV, which most people nowadays have smart TVs, there's a free channel. There's a free channel on there called Waypoint TV. It's like a hunting and fishing channel. And on Waypoint TV, if you go under the saltwater section, and look up Louisiana Catch and Cook, I think is what it was called. I am on the 2nd episode of that, I think, ever. I think they did a pilot, and then I was on the 2nd episode. I think I look really stupid on TV, y'all. just letting you know, but yeah, I did that. So, but I think I look really, really goofy on there myself. All right, y'all. We're gonna take a olive-colored deer tail. Cut a chunk off that. So I just got a chunk of deer tail right here. Cut a chunk of that off. You don't need much. Oh, and my thread broke. If you're ever going to tie flies, y'all, you might as well get used to your thread breaking. It's going to happen a lot. It's not a big deal. Take this little tool like this and take your little bobbin thing or whatever it's called. Just put it through there. And put it through like that, and then pull it back through like that. I'm basically just going to start right there where I left off at that thread and get a few ties on it and get it started and wrap it. Cut that off. Alright, now we're going to take our deer tail right here. Actually, I don't have enough on there. I got to recut that. Where do you find these colorful deer? What's up, Rue? Man, you are missing out on the fishing. You hadn't been with me at all yet. You done missed out on springtime completely, which is bull red season now, as you know, which is your favorite time. But I've been doing a lot of red snapper fishing too. So if y'all want to do a red snapper trip with me, I've been limited out on red snapper every time I go. So if y'all want to do a red snapper trip, let me know, because the red snapper been on fire. Have limited out every red snapper trip we've done. But it is bull red time now. That don't have to look perfect right there, y'all. It's just to add a little color and a little bit of poofiness off the back of the tail. Oh, Mason Baseball and Outdoors. That's a cool channel name. Kind of got everything covered right there. All right, let's add some eyeballs to this thing. You know what, just to be different, let's throw a different color pair of eyeballs on there this time. I think just to be different, we're going to use the full length crustacean eyes right here. I haven't tied flies in a long time, y'all, so if I'm going slow or mess up, I apologize in advance. And I can't tie all night tonight, man. I gotta be up at 5. So I got a couple of crustacean eyes right here. I'm just gonna kind of split the hook right here with the crustacean eyes. Like that. Go ahead and get that started like that. Let me cut these off just while I'm tying, because they get all up in my way. All right, and we're gonna wrap those up, D. All right, got those wrapped on there pretty good. Now we're going to cut off these little tag ends, this plastic right here. And I always throw some glue over that. Yep. Yeah, the bulls are starting to do their thing, man. But if y'all want to go do some red snapper trips, which is a blast, let me know. We can do that too. All right. Hit that right there with ultraviolet light just to dry that glue real quick. Now we're gonna make our crab claws. I'll get this out of the way. Bust out the medium tan chenille right here. And we will make our crab claws real quick. So just cut off a piece of the medium tan chenille. You're gonna double it over like that. Just doubling it over, and then tie an overhand knot. Like that. Pull it tight. So all we got right there, we just tied an overhand knot, y'all. We're making a crab claw. Just like that. Now we're gonna cut one claw longer than the other. Obviously it don't matter which one's which. That one, I almost cut that one a little short, but it's fine. You know how if you look at crabs, most time they got one arm longer than the other and one claws longer than the other, obviously on all of them. And then we cut off one end of that. So basically, where we had it doubled over, we cut that off, and that's the starting our little crab claw right there. Now we're going to take a lighter and hit the ends of those. It's going to put points on a crab claw, just like that. Alright. And then we're going to color them. I'm going to color the points of the claws red, and then the palm is going to be blue. So, got a red Sharpie right here. I know you can't see this part, but basically I got a scrap piece of paper right here so I don't get red magic marker all over my desk. But I will show y'all the finished crab claw here in just a second. Alright, there you go. There's a little crab claw we just made. Now we're going to make another one in case you missed it. I'll make another one real quick. So we got medium tan chenille right here. Thank y'all for watching. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I don't just tie flies, y'all. I'm a fishing guide down here in Louisiana, inshore and some offshore. So I'm a guide. I do both fly fishing and regular rod and reel fishing. So I've got a ton of videos. I think I got probably 600 videos on my channel or something like that, y'all. I'm not sure. Alright, I'm going to take our chenille. We're going to double it over. Like that. And if you want to book a trip, come down here and go fishing. My website link is on my YouTube channel. You can go in there and book a trip with me. We're going to double it over like that. We're going to tie a knot. Just an overhand knot in that chenille. Which is like the hardest part of the whole fly tying thing right there. Alright, so we tied a little overhand knot, and we're starting to make our crab claw now. Alright, we're going to cut these down a little bit. I always leave one longer than the other for the crab claw. So we got that. Now, right here where we doubled it over, you're just going to cut one of those. And that's the beginning of our crab claw. Now we're going to take the lighter right here. And you just hit the points of these real quick, and it's going to put points on that chenille. Like that. I mean, do the redfish see all that? No, they don't see it. I mean, they, like yesterday I was using this fly, and trust me, you drop it in front of the redfish and they smoke it. I mean, they're not going to come up to it and be like, oh, let's see if it's got points on the claws or whatever. They don't, you know. Basically, you put it in front of the redfish and they're going to eat it. So, I mean, yesterday they were eating pretty good. I saw a ton of fish yesterday. I only caught 7, but I saw a lot of fish, and I left pretty early yesterday. Because if I would have stayed, you know, I could have kept catching fish, but I said, all right, when I get to 7 fish, I'm done for the day. So I caught 7 and I was done. All right, y'all. So I do the little claws like a red color, and it got the paw a blue color. Now we're going to take our crab claws right here and put them on the fly. And I always do one arm longer than the other when I put it on there. That's why I call this fly the long arm of the crawl. So one arm is just going to be longer than the other. I just do that just to be funny. So, and give it a cool name like long arm of the crawl. So we're going to put that on there and then wrap it up. Go ahead and cut those off. They just get all up in my way when I'm trying to wrap the rest of it up. Alright. So there's our little crab claws on our little crab. Gonna be a crab. Kinda. It's gonna be a crab in the eyes of a redfish anyway. Where is... Oh, I guess I just did it like that. I don't even know. Alright, now we're gonna take some 1.5 inch EP brush, minnow head brush. It's in the backcountry color. Just gonna cut off a little bit of that. So I don't know if you can tell on there's a wire that runs down through the middle of this stuff, y'all. So anyway, you don't need a lot. Just a couple inches fine. That's what she said. Alright, now flip this over like that. Put this on here and wrap it up and get it started. Alright, now that that's started, I'm just going to kind of get the bobbin out of the way and go ahead and wrap this around while keeping this minnow head brush kind of folded back towards the back of the fly. Just going to kind of wrap it up like that. And this is just adding some body to the fly and some color. And once I get up there, we're just gonna do a couple of wraps like that to hold it in place. And go ahead and cut off that just to make it easy for me to wrap. Alright, and the way it's sitting right now, like I said, it'll catch a fish right now, the way it is, but we're about to add some blue color to it. Oh, hey Mr. Allen. Haven't tied in a while, so, but this is the fly that I was catching them on yesterday, and so I just thought I would tie a bunch of them up and get ready for y'all. So now we're going to take some blue right here, cut off a little bit of that. I'm just going to add a little bit of blue shiny around the head. Like I said, we have blue crabs here in Louisiana, and this is just supposed to look like a blue crab. Whatever it looks like, I'm going to tell you, the fish eat it up. Yesterday they were eating. I saw a bunch of schools of fish yesterday. Like I was seeing groups of 4 and 5 redfish at a time. So, you know, you had the competition factor. So basically, just put the fly in front of them, strip it, half a strip, and then hold on tight, you know. So, alright. Just going to wrap this around, add a little bit of blue shine to the fly. Like I said, this fly is supposed to be imitating a blue crab. That's basically about all we need right there. And go ahead and get a wrap on that. I know, Mr. Allen. You know what? I'm booked now. I've only got 3 days off in November. There's only 3 days in November. Well, I took 3 days off for Thanksgiving, but besides that, there's only 3 days that I'm not booked in November. I'm pretty slammed in November. But you know, that's prime. You know how it is. That's prime time down here. Alright, that one's about done, y'all. I'll cut off some of these little straggly little hairs. Not that it matters at all. The redfish don't care. I mean, the fly fishermen might be like, "Oh, look, that's not perfect looking," but the redfish are not gonna care at all. They're gonna eat it up. All right. You should be. I got my computer turned off right now, and I can't really check because if I do, it's going to close this down. But I know you're. Hold on, I'll turn my computer on and check for you. I'm sitting at my computer desk tonight, so I'll let my computer start up and I'll check. But I know you're on there. I thought we've already confirmed you're on there, but I will triple check. During that time, November, we'll be throwing a lot of those that Hopedale crab color and black and purple, all the usual big bull red colors. Here, let me log in, but I know you're on there. I can't check on my phone, obviously, because I'm using my phone for my live. All right, let's throw some glue on here real quick. I gotta get some more glue. There's actually a few supplies I need to go. So we've got a local fly shop here in New Orleans, y'all, called No Wake, W-A-K-E, No Wake Outfitters. They're outstanding. They got tons of fly tying supplies. They got tons of fly everything in there. I mean, you can buy flies, you can buy all the fly fishing stuff you need in there. It's called No Wake Outfitters in New Orleans. So y'all can look them up. All right. Fly number 2. It's 10:47, y'all. Woo. I gotta get up at 5. I might tie one more, y'all, and then that'll be it. So that's our second little long arm of the crawl that we've tied tonight. Just a little blue crab imitation. It works great. Let me check something from Mr. Allen, but I know it's on there. Pull up my calendar for November 3, 4, and 5. Wait. Oh, I pulled up the wrong date at first. Yep, I got you. I pulled up the wrong date at first. I was like, hold on. Yep. All 3 days, Mr. Allen. At first, I clicked on the second, and it was somebody else. Are you still coming by yourself, Mr. Allen, this time, or you got some more volunteers yet? I mean, if you get somebody to go, that's great. But if not, it'd be me and you. So far, just you. All right. Well, either way, it'll be a blast. All right, y'all. I'm gonna tie one more because I've got to go. I got to get up about 5. I'm going to Venice, Louisiana tomorrow to fly fish, y'all. I'm actually going scouting, a whole new area. So we'll see how it goes. All right. Got a 3/0 Umpqua. A 3/0 Umpqua hook right here. Get that tied on. Get that on here. All right. It might be. Is that too much light? I'm gonna kill my computer real quick. I'll turn it off. So just a little trivia about me, y'all. Is I'm a IT. I did IT for a long time, and I still do some IT work for Popeyes. But I'm not only a fly fishing guy, but I'm a computer nerd, y'all. So, like my computer right here, I've built a bunch of computers, but I built this one, and it's, for all you gamers out there, it's pretty bad to the bone. But I built it mostly for editing, for doing my what you call it, my videos, rendering my videos, what it's called. It just renders videos really fast. So I built it mostly for that, but of course it'll burn through any game on ultra settings. But yeah, y'all, I'm not only a fly fishing or a fishing guide. I'm a computer nerd also. So all right, we're just getting the eye started on here. Just get a couple of wraps just to get it started. Wish the camera keeps focusing on me instead of the fly, but I don't know. Yeah, maybe I can make it. Maybe if I tap on the screen, I can make it focus on the fly. All right, now we're gonna throw some X wraps on here. All right, that'll be plenty. Now we'll do some little helicopter wraps just to kind of cinch those X wraps down. It's funny, Mr. Allen, I don't know if you're still watching, but I actually, yesterday, I fished that area that we fished when you were here last year, and that flat right there. And when I came around that corner, I was reminded about, I can't even think of his name right now, but what the other guy said when that big bull red was out there in front of us. I can't repeat it on camera, but it was pretty hilarious. That was a hilarious moment right there. It was super funny, and then it was awesome for like several seconds, and then it was heartbreaking all at the same time. Because that was probably about a 30-pound redfish or so. Something like that. It had to be around 30 pounds. And the water was super clear. Yeah, Colton. The water was super clear. When we came around the corner, you could see that redfish way out there. I mean, the water was so clean, you could see that fish. And the fish was so big. Like I said, he was probably 30 pounds. You could see him way out there. And he turns around. I'm up on the polling platform. And Colton was up there on the casting platform, and then Mr. Allen was sitting there. And Colton turned around. He goes, "I'm gonna smoke that. You know what?" And he put the fly in front of him. That big old redfish ate it, and he had it just for a little bit. And the thing came off, man. It was a monster. He's probably 30 pounds. But we caught a few big ones. I can't remember how many fish we caught that day, but we caught. God, I think we had a pretty decent amount of fish that day. I can't remember, but it was a good day. That was actually, I think that was a good 2 or 3 days y'all fished. We had fun the whole time. All right, y'all. Well, yeah, like 12. Yeah, I was thinking 11. Yeah, somewhere around there. Yep. How many reds can you catch on a long arm before they tear up? Mr. David, I don't know. I mean, a lot. I really don't tear that many flies up. Um, my other fly boxes are in the boat right now, but I don't know, Mr. David, a lot. Um, I don't really go through that many flies as far as tearing them up. Um, I don't know. And we catch a lot of big ones on there. I really don't know how many I can catch on one fly, honestly. All right, y'all. So we just cut off some deer tail right here. We're gonna put that here and get this back on. Oh, did I hit that with ultraviolet light? I'm sitting here telling fishing stories and I'm forgetting to. How long have I been tying? For about an hour. I'm just kidding. Um, honestly, not super long. Several months, I guess. GTs and Barracuda. Oh yeah, I bet those things are That's some teethy critters right there. I actually ran into. I don't know if y'all watch. Uh, it's another YouTube channel, Flats Class TV. Y'all watch that? It's another YouTube channel, Flats Class TV. It's got what's his name? AJ. Is it AJ something like that? Anyway, oh, that's right. That's right, Mr. Allen. You are correct. Um, anyway, I met him. Uh, dang it. I met him a couple of days ago um, at Venice Marina. I think he lives in Florida, but he comes to Venice to fish, or he comes to Louisiana to fish also, and he actually does fly fishing charters down there. But it's Flats Class TV. If y'all look his channel up on YouTube, I met him there at Venice Marina the other day, or at Cypress Cove Marina in Venice the other day, and real nice guy. He uh, he was actually down here running. He was actually down here running a fly fishing charter. Yeah, I've only been tying flies several months, but I have tied a lot of flies, y'all, and just kind of picked it up kind of quick, I guess. All right. I put the orange eyes on the last one. I think I'm gonna go with a different color this time. Oh, you tie flies for a living? That's awesome. Shoot, I'm not that good. I do sell my flies, but I don't tie like full time or anything. All right, so we're gonna take some easy eyes right here. Just kind of split the hook with the easy eye. I'm just putting that on there really just for the heck of it. Don't really gas stations. That's awesome. I got them on my website, and I've got them. So here in Louisiana, we have I guess it would be more like it's kind of like a big bread. It's kind of like a big bed and breakfast, but it's a place you can look it up. It's kind of famous, I guess, in the fly fishing world, but as far as redfish. But we got a place down here called Woodland Plantation. It's called Woodland Plantation. I run a lot of fly fishing charters and spinning rod. I run a lot of fishing charters for them, and I sell my flies down there also, and then on my website. But all right, Oklahoma. All right, what was I gonna? Oh yeah, we gotta make our crab claws again, y'all. All right, so we got some medium tan chenille right here. Cut a piece of that, like that. If y'all are new to the channel, please subscribe. I'm getting kind of close to 5,000 subscribers. I don't just have fly time videos on my channel, y'all. I've got a ton of fishing videos on there. Um, flats, flats, like flats, like you're flat fishing on the flats. Flats Class TV. Uh, I met I met him the other day in Louisiana, or down here at the marina. He was actually running a fishing charter. Oh, I forgot to tell you what I'm doing. So I got this medium tan chenille. We're just gonna double it over like that and tie overhand knot. This is like the hardest part of the entire fly right here, tying this whole fly, because for some reason it's always a pain for me to tie this overhand knot. Alright, we got our overhand knot tied. Just pull it good and tight like that. Now we're going to cut our crab claws. We got our little crab claws starting to cut, or starting to take shape. Now we're going to take and cut off one of these, just like that. And that's the beginning of our crab claw. Now we're going to take a lighter, where have I put it? It's right here. I'm going to take a lighter and just hit those two little points with your flame really quick. And it puts little points on your crab claws like that. Now we're just gonna color these. I got all these famous, all y'all professional fly tires in here watching me, man. I'm just an amateur, y'all. I just do this. I do this because it's fun, and since I fish for a living, it's cool to tie my own and have, and use those. But I am not a pro. I am not a pro fly tire. I'm like a self. I didn't take any classes or anything. I just started tying. That's why half the time I don't even know. I'll be calling whatever my tweezers, and I'll be calling tools. I'll just be making up names for them. All right, there's one crab claw right there. Let's make another one. So again, got some medium tan chenille right here. Let's cut that off. Well, thank you, Mr. David. All right, we're gonna take our medium, and I know I'm tying the same fly over and over tonight, y'all, but I want to get a bunch of these tied. This is what I used yesterday and caught them on. All right, y'all, so we're gonna double over our chenille like that. And we are going to tie a overhand knot in this stuff. This is like, I don't know why this is always I guess because this stuff is kind of poofy. For some reason, it's just always a pain in the booty. All right, there we go. All right, so we got our overhand knot tied right there, good and tight. See, just like that, overhand knot. Now we're going to cut our claws. Like so. And now we're going to cut off half the leg to make it longer. Like that. Now we're going to hit it with some flame. Do I fish for crappie? I do fish for crappie. Oh, thank you, Mr. Brian. Thank you, thank you. I've got regular fishing videos on my channel too, y'all. If you want to check them out, I actually did some playlists. So I've got fly fishing playlist on there. You know, spinning rod, whatever. So if you want to go check out a bunch of my videos on my channel, you can, and you can see some of these big redfish and stuff. All right, so now we're gonna take a flame and put little points on there like that. Now off camera right here, I'm gonna color these claws red. I got a little scrap piece of paper right here. I'm just coloring the claws red with a red Sharpie. A little red Sharpie. After this one, y'all, I'm probably going to go to sleep. I have to get up about 5, go hook the boat up, and it's about an hour drive. Well, it's about 20 minutes for me to go get the boat at the marina. And from there, it's about another hour drive south to Venice, Louisiana. All right, y'all. We have our two crab claws right here. And then we're going to add them to our fly. And I always make one of these crab legs longer than the other when I tie them on there. That's why I call this fly the long arm of the craw. So I'm just going to put that on there like that. And get it started. Go ahead and cut off these what is up with this thread? That's the third time it snapped tonight. I gotta get a little bit thicker thread. I feel like sometimes my thread's not thick enough. China thread, yep. From China. From China. Alright. Yep. Alright. That is not the neatest looking wrap job right there, but it is fine. It's not going to matter anyway because nobody's going to see it. I'm going to throw some glue over that. Just because. I'm going to hit it with ultraviolet light. Alright, now we're going to put our last couple of ingredients on this fly and we're going to be done with it, y'all. It catches a lot of beaver. Oh, thank you, Mr. Allen. Yep, I'm off tomorrow, but I'm going to a whole new area that I've never fished. It's a long boat ride. Basically, I'm going down to Venice, and I'm going to be going down to an area close to where I've been going offshore and catching red snapper, but I'm going close to there to fish these backwater ponds for redfish tomorrow. So it's a long boat run. You got to run down the Mississippi River. All right, y'all. So we got some uh, 1.5 inch EP brush. This is the Minahead brush in the backcountry color. It's got like some olive drab green, some blue stuff, colors like that in there. So we're gonna get this started. And sometimes, you know how it is. You'll hit the hook with the thread when you're tying, when you're wrapping like that. So sometimes you cut the thread like that too, but then sometimes the thread just breaks, just because it just does. It's a pain in the booty. All right, I'm gonna hook my tweezers on here. I'm gonna wrap this up. Uh-oh. Sorry, y'all. Did not mean to hit the phone. Y'all, I have like the camera with all the fancy streaming software and all that fancy stuff. But when I go live, I've noticed if I go live, that came out kind of bad right there. I might not have cut enough off. Um, but I think we're gonna salvage it. But if I go live full screen, I don't have as many views. The reason why is because when you go live vertical like this right here, like in the 9x16 or whatever that is, um, the stream shows up on the YouTube Shorts feed. But if I go live horizontal, where it's a big picture, 4K, all that fancy stuff, it don't show up in the YouTube Shorts feed. So that's why I just use my phone when I'm going live like this, y'all. I just get more views. So same thing. I go live a lot fishing. Like I went live when I fished yesterday, and I had about 8,000 something views while I was fly fishing. But it was vertical. I would love to do the horizontal where people could see more of like the area I'm fishing and see what I'm doing better, but no one will watch it because it won't show up in the shorts feed. I wish YouTube would do something about that. But all right, now we're gonna wrap some blue around there, y'all. This is supposed to be a blue crab imitation. So I'm going to cut off just a couple of inches of this blue right here. Do I make snapper? I'm guessing you mean snapper bait. I'm guessing. So for the snapper, for the red snapper, we use, man, those things that eat anything really. But we use, as far as for using natural bait, we use stuff like squid or dead pogey, shrimp. Snapper eat shrimp. That's what we use when we're fishing for red snapper. I had a snapper trip Saturday. We smoked them. I had 4 guys, and it's a 4 fish limit for red snapper down here, and we limited it out. So we had 16 snapper, and we had some giants. We had some 20. We had some good normal keeper size snapper, and then we had some 20-pounders also. All right, we're just gonna wrap this blue right here around the front, y'all. It's just adding some blue color to the fly. A little bit of shine and a little bit of blue color. All right. But you don't have to use natural bait for snapper. I mean, it makes it a lot easier. But you can drop jigs down for them, like slow fall jigs or plastics, with like a really heavy jig head. But you can drop slow fall jigs and stuff down, like slow fall spoons or jigs, whatever you want to call it. They'll eat those too. And you might catch some bonus fish on the jigs. You might catch cobia or jack crevalle or shark. You don't never know what you're going to catch on those. All right, y'all. There's our little. That's pretty much the end of the fly on that one. I'm gonna do a few wraps. We'll tie it off. And this will be it, y'all. I've got to get a little bit of sleep before I get up. I've got. Look at that. That thread is just. It's that China thread. I've got some of my regular clients coming in to fish Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I'm going to go scout a new area tomorrow. Of course, I got all my old normal areas too. All right, y'all. Let me throw a little bit of glue around here. Yes, sir, Mr. Allen. Yep, I'm about done. So I glue this up wherever I put my glue. Get a little bit of sleep. I gotta get up at 5. Go down to the marina. The marina's about 20 minutes from here. Hook the boat up, gas it up, and then from the marina, it's about another hour drive south to Venice, and then from there to where I'm fishing is going to be like another at least 45-minute run down the Mississippi River. So all right, we're just hitting this glue with this ultraviolet light, everybody, just to dry that glue a lot quicker. Oh, did I? Oh well. I'll have to hit that with a point. Let me grab a hook right here. I accidentally glued over my eye. Hate when that happens. That glue works great, don't it? Boy, that glue works great. Oh well. I'll get it when I get ready to use it. Alright. So that is my third and final fly for tonight, y'all. Just my long arm of the crawl. That's it, everybody. Thank y'all for watching. Yes, strong. It's strong. That's that Russian blue. Stuff is strong. I might can use my scissors right here to put a hole in the thing. Rude, if you're wanting to go do a bull red trip, September, either we got some August left, obviously, and then I got some open days in September. I think I'm booked about half of September right now. There it goes, I got it. But if y'all want to go, let me know, because I know you like the bull reds. But like I said, we can do snapper too. Surface weedless, yes, I do. But you know what? My fly fishing boxes, my other two boxes are in are in the boat right now. But I do have some of those. I don't think I got. These right here, I tied with a lightweight, but they're not really. I didn't tie these to be weedless, but I did tie these. I call this one the golden ticket. It's like a golden looking fly. I tied it with a super light, what you call it, but I do have some that I tie weedless. They're just not here. My other fly boxes are in the boat right now. But thank y'all for watching, and that's it for tonight. Thank y'all.